When we hear the word dementia, we often think of loss of memories and abilities, a lost sense of self. And with the number of people with dementia in Canada expected to rise from 700,000 to 1.7 million by 2050, there's often a sense of dread in how we think of aging. And this sense of dread doesn't help anyone, right? It fuels stigma and delays diagnosis. But what if we could reimagine what it's like living with dementia? And specifically, what if we could think about living well with dementia? Well, thankfully, there are now researchers who are putting in the good work, focusing on quality of life and living well. But despite their best intentions, there's still a lack of diversity in the area, and much of the perspectives that are represented are from people of Western backgrounds. And I don't know about you, but my Japanese Canadian grandparents, they don't look like that. And so it was really hard for me to connect with some of this work. Still, I was hopeful, so I tried to do a scoping review. But to my utter disappointment, I could only find just one case study on Japanese Canadians and dementia, and it was published over 20 years ago. And so this now begs the question, how do Japanese Canadians live well with dementia? Well, this brings me to my two-part qualitative and bilingual study. In the first part of my study, I interviewed 4 Japanese Canadians living with dementia or mild cognitive impairment, as well as 3 of their care partners, asking them what was important for them to live well. In the second part, I held a group art making workshop, leaning into art making as an accessible way for participants to express what was important to them. And while I'm still in the midst of my study, I've already heard so many good stories. Stories from a great-grandmother whose eyes just lit up with excitement as we talked about our favorite foods, or a man who laughed about dying, who has used humor to overcome hardships, or a daughter who finally found balance in routine after trial and error of programs that weren't culturally appropriate for her and her mother. And a key lesson here is that these aren't stories that are defined by a diagnosis. No, these are stories of a community of resilience and care and love, and people who are continuing to do what they can do based on who they have and what they know and value, which is largely shaped by culture, our culture. And importantly, these are stories of what makes life worth living, or what we call in Japanese, ikigai. And so now, moving forward, what I hope to do is I hope to continue to uplift the quality of life of Japanese Canadians living with dementia, as well as advocate for more culturally nuanced research, because everyone, of all backgrounds and stages of life, deserve to live well.